Thierry Henry is one of those players swallowed up by the injustice of the golden ball. One whose magic seemed to have spread throughout his body, being remembered as one of the best players that has left the history of France. On August 17, 1977, Thierry Daniel Henry was born in the Parisian town of Les Ulis, France. His parents, Antoine Guadeloupe and Maurice Martinique, encouraged him to play soccer as a child, as the young Henry was not really attracted by the passion that runs through the bodies of young boys and girls. At the age of 7, he tried his first experience in a local club, so Les Ulis, under the guidance of Claude Chazelle. But it did not last longer than the pressure exerted by his father to attend training. In 1989, Henry joined US Palaiseau, but after a year his father had several altercations with the club, so Henry switched to ES Viry-Châtillon and played there for 2 years. Palaiseau's American coach Jean-Marie Panzer, Henry's future mentor, followed him there. Antoine focused on helping him succeed in soccer, continually taking Thierry to camps and matches where it soon became clear that the youngster was an above-average player for his age. For her part, Maris worried that her son was spending too much time on the field and not enough time studying. But Thierry was clear. Soccer was his thing. In 1990, with Henry's teenage years approaching, it was Monaco who knocked on his door after he scored 6 goals in one game. He was allowed to complete the course and joined Arsène Wenger's Monaco as a youth player. He was one of the 25 selected and shared a class with players such as William Gallas, Louis Saha or Nicolas Anelka. Thierry Henry made his first team debut for Monaco on 31 August 1994 in a 2-0 defeat against Nice. Despite Wenger's belief that Henry could explode as a striker, he placed him on the left wing as a winger because he believed his pace and ball control would be more damaging against fullbacks. He had already begun to give hints of the talent he possessed when in 1996 he won the French Young Footballer of the Year award, as well as helping his team to the league title in the 1996-97 season with 9 goals in 36 games. The following season was to be marked by reaching the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League and participating in the World Cup on home soil, with France winning. He spent 5 seasons at Monaco, where he recorded 28 goals in 156 appearances before making the jump to Turin.
Victoire donc des Monégasques qui démarre très très fort, et cela faisait maintenant 4 ans que la...
His arrival at Juventus was rather short-lived. That disagreements with Juve manager Luciano Moggi were the main reason for leaving the Italian club and starting the new century in London.
It wasn't like we were signing the first world-class player that we had in the team. The team was full of world-class players. It was just, okay, well, he's going to be good. I don't think people realised how good he was going to be.
And you could see that he really felt that he was coming somewhere where he wanted to give it his best.
The 1999-2000 season was to be marked by the beginning of a beautiful story between Thierry Henry and Arsenal. An 8-year spell in which the Frenchman played his best football at the top of the spear. The Gunners paid €16 million, reuniting him with Arsène Wenger and an Arsenal where he proved to be a world-class player. He came to replace an old acquaintance, Nicolas Anelka. His beginnings in London were difficult. Remembering of his past in Turin and unsure of his ability to adapt to the pace of English soccer. The 2001 campaign would be similar to the first one in terms of numbers, falling again in the Premier League's second, with the hegemony of Manchester United.
The other side in the Premiership in recent seasons has as good a record against Manchester United.
They also reached a valuable FA Cup final, where they again lost 2-1 to Liverpool.
Adams has stayed back for Arsenal. Look at the pace here of Michael Owen again. It's there! Michael Owen strikes again.
The good play and the titles at international level were coming, but if there was one thing that still eluded him, it was the titles with Arsenal. 2 runner-up finishes and 2 lost finals until the 2001 season. The 2002 season was one of his best in terms of performances, 32 goals and 28 assists that did not serve to retain his league title, but did serve to retain his FA Cup title and earn him his first Player of the Year award, as well as proclaiming himself the first player in the 21st century to score more than 20 goals and 20 assists in a single season. The 2003-2004 season is remembered for being the best ever performance by a team in the history of English soccer. It took more than a century for a team to record an unbeaten run through the domestic championship in a single season, again winning a league title. 38 matches, 26 wins, 12 draws and 0 defeats. A perfect year. Thierry Henry had once again surpassed the natural and scored 39 goals and 18 assists, as well as picking up his second Player of the Year award from the Professional Footballers Association. Thierry Henry had reached his peak of form along with a series of players led by Arsène Wenger. The Invincibles called themselves the Invincibles. Thierry Henry became Arsenal's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Ian Wright and his 185 goals. Months later, on 1st February 2006, he did the same in the league, surpassing Cliff Baston's record of 150 goals. Completed the season as the league's top scorer, was voted Footballer of the Year for the third time in his career, and was selected in the FIFA World of Union for the first time.
Stade de France looking picture perfect, like to intrigue.
In 2006, Thierry Henry's success to bring the club into the final of TBE Champions League. But the flame of hope was eventually extinguished after losing 2-1 to Barcelona. However, the Frenchman declared his unconditional love for the club and agreed to a 4-year contract, adding that he would stay at Arsenal for life. On June 25, 2007, Barca paid €24 million for the Frenchman's services. Henry left the club of his life to avoid being an obstacle and landed in Spain. He debuted as a goalscorer in La Liga with a hat-trick against Levante. However, once again relegated to the wing, he was unable to perform at his best, and at the end of his first year there was already speculation of a possible return to the Premier League. The expectations of every FC Barcelona fan fell far short of what he had been offering despite his 19 goals. His last stint at Barcelona in 2009 ended up underlining his poor adaptation, and he finished with only 4 goals in all competitions, his lowest tally since his time at Monaco and Juventus. After 3 years in Spain, Thierry Henry signed for the New York Red Bulls on July 14, 2010, and became the highest paid player in the league with a salary of $5.6 million. In 2 seasons, with his 17 goals and his commitment, he managed to help the MLS take a leap in quality. However, the surprise came in January 2012. Henry had a pending account in London, so he was loaned for 2 months to the Gunners to say goodbye like the true legend he was.
The ball for Henry. Thierry Henry! Welcome back home! You couldn't write a script for it.
Just short of his first MLS Most Valuable Player award. In December 2014, he announced that he is retire as a professional footballer 2 weeks later at the age of 37.
To the cup, Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0.